Hey, Diane Conklin with CompleteMarketingSystems.com. I did that on purpose. Do you listen? Are you listening? Right? There's a difference between hearing and listening, right? Everybody, your partner, your spouse, your kids ever said, you don't listen to me? Well, we're not going to talk about that. But what we are going to talk about is, do you listen in your business? As a small business owner, as an entrepreneur, as somebody who is doing it, right? You're busy, you're doing it, you're making great money, you're helping a lot of people, you're affecting a lot of lives. Sometimes we forget to listen. And what I mean by that is, if you listen to what your target market says, if you listen to what your clients, your best clients say, you can stay ahead of the game. Many times people say, how do you get so much done? How are you always coming out with new products? How are you always doing these things? It's easy. I listen to what people say. I listen to my clients. I listen when I go to mastermind meetings. I listen when I go to events. I listen when I'm out in the general public doing things. Because if you watch, right, with your eyes and listen with your ears, you'll find that there are a lot of answers there, right? By listening, by hearing. I'll give you just a really quick example. I was in a mastermind a few years ago, and when social media started to sort of take off and get big and everybody realized they needed to do and be involved, and 3 people in the room said, I wish I could find somebody to do my social media for me. And when the 3rd person said it, it clicked with me. And I said, we do a lot of done-for-you services. And so I said, are you serious? To the 3 of them. And they were like, what? I said, are you serious about wanting somebody to do your social media? And they said, yeah. I said, can you give me 3 weeks? And they said, what? I said, can you give me 3 weeks? They said, for what? I said, I'm going to devise a program and we'll do it in the company. We'll do your social media for you. And they were like, really? I said, yeah. So 3 weeks later, they all had agreements, and we started doing all 3 of their social media. So my point in telling you that is, I would have never thought about doing done for you. Well, maybe not never, but at that point in my business and in business, I wouldn't have thought of that. But people needed it. People wanted it. More importantly, they wanted it. And they were asking for it. So I filled a need, right? I filled a desire. I filled that want that they had. And it was a win-win-win, right? It was a win for me, it was a win for them, and it was a win for everybody that was in contact with them on social media. So what I'm saying is, when you really listen, you might be thinking, well, Diane, this isn't revolutionary. You're right, it's not revolutionary. And I'm not teaching you some marketing technique or some PPC or SEO or, about this program or that program. But what I am teaching you, what I am talking to you about, is the basics that so many people overlook. If you want the next gadget and you're constantly doing the bright shiny object thing, you are missing the basics. I'm all about the basics, right? I'm all about the sort of the no BS, tell it like it is gal. Well, this is an important part of your business, is simply listening. You know what, truth be told, it's an important part of your life. Listening, it's an important part of your life. And you can't separate your life from your business, because where you go, you go. I know that was deep, right? But you take yourself everywhere. So start thinking about not just listening, but active listening. Not active listening to have the next reply ready in your business or in your life, but listening to really hear what's going on. And the thought process, instead of how can I reply to this, is how can I help? How can I solve that challenge? How can I be the problem solver? When you do that, you will never want for business, because you'll always be in some degree just a little bit ahead of the curve. I hope that was helpful. If you'd like more of this kind of thing, we're going to talk a lot more about things like hustling and impact, and how to take what you have now and convert it into more money, more sales, more profits, more fun, and more time off by doing little things like listening. And we're going to talk about that at the Profit and Conversion Summit. It's coming up here in Atlanta, Georgia, October 19, 2021. Here's the thing. I could spend the next 10 minutes telling you all the great things about it and why you should be there, but what I'd like for you to do is one thing. Simply do this. Just type in your browser www.profitandconversionsummit.com. Give me 2 minutes of your time. Peruse that page. If there's not something on there that impacts you, that you go, wow, then close out your browser. But if there is, I'm going to encourage you to click on the button and register to come. Register to come. Here's my guarantee to you. Spend all 3 days with me. If you're not 100% satisfied, feel like you got your money's worth, I'll give you your money back. I don't know how to make it a better deal than that. ProfitandConversionSummit.com, Atlanta, Georgia, October 19, 2021. I hope to see you there. I'm Diane Conklin. We'll see you next time.